Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy Tactics. Before we wrap up chapter 2, let's have a bit of a party update because there's been some changes. Ramza and Taran will remain ninjas, however I've given both access to martial arts. We are underleveled for this upcoming fight and martial arts gives us access to chakra, which will heal HP and MP of surrounding units. Very important. Imedia and Celestia are the major change. I have switched them to Black Mage simply because Black Mage has a higher magic power than Summoner. That's the only reason. Everything else is the same, other than Swift Spell has been replaced by Magic Boost as well. Finally, Agrias is as she was. No changes there. Let's get on with it. Let's head to Lionel Castle and wrap up chapter 2. No, we will not go into a random encounter. So, battle at Lionel Castle, and this is new to the Evil East Chronicles. Previously, I'll explain this game. Previously, you had to do a gauntlet of battles one after another. Now, you still have to do a gauntlet, however, you can save between battles, and you can flee at any time. So say you do the first battle but the second battle's too much for you, you can retreat by holding down the touchpad. However, you then have to start from scratch, whereas previously you were soft locked if you got stuck at the second battle. So let's get on with it, and for the record, I think the first battle is a lot more difficult than the second. Lionel Castle, Castle Gate. So Ramza is in a fixed position for this fight. He has to be there. However, it's the others that are more interesting. I'm going to put Imedia here. I'm going to put Celestia. I'll put Celestia here. My monk's positioning, sorry, not my monk. My ninja's positioning is going to be slightly interesting. And I'm going to put Agrias here. Don't be fooled by which way my units are facing. This will all make sense in about 30 seconds.
It's time. Wait there. I'll open the gate.
I'd rather it remained shut. You made your way into the castle well enough, but you overlooked the ambush. You still have much to learn, lad.
We're surrounded.
Don't take it too hard, eh? Experience always tells. You may have the noble blood, but I've been making wives into widows since long before you were born. In battle, I am your better. Come, Ramza. It's you and me now. For what it's worth, I'm sorry it's come to this.
Objective, defeat all enemies. Before we do this proper, there is a world where what you can do is have one of your units down here. Let me rotate the camera. Have one of your units down here be a chocobo, and then you put your unit on the chocobo, hops over the wall, helps you fight Gaffgarion. That's something you could definitely do in the old version. Not sure if you can do it in this one. I can't reach Gaffgarion on turn 1. However, I do have access to some bombs. Will not hit target. Interesting. And you'll have noticed the Zodiac compatibility is definitely in Ramza's advantage. Let's see. That's too far. Come on, give me a good angle. Only a 57% chance of hitting, but I'm gonna take it. It missed. Okay. Yep. As to be expected. Throw. Let's try and chip down these knights. Oh, an evasion again. Wow, we are off to a bad start. And Gaffgarion also has good compatibility against Ramza, so 63 damage. Not off to the best start, but we'll see how it goes. Everyone's missing except for Gaffgarion. I'll take those odds. Ooh, that's some very high. Everyone's missing. That's some very, very high damage because of the Zodiac compatibility. Okay, rush, sure. 6 damage. Okay. Yes, everyone group up nice and tight. Oh, please miss. There we go. Everyone's missing. Everyone's got the blind status. You just can't see it.
Let me think.
How tightly is everyone going to be bunched together? Okay. Can I shove Bahamut on Gaffgarion? Yes. I'll tell you what, we'll even do it there. It's risky, but we'll be fine. And then summon Bahamut. We'll hit 5 people. Do it here. 4 people. And it will kill 291 damage. No. That's an absolute massacring. Are you serious? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. With my black mages doing absolute monstrous damage to anyone who's dumb enough to stand in the way, Agris is going to come over here, as is Taran. Don't mind me, bud. Thanks for playing.
Now I'll show you.
Fire comes in. That's going to do 55. Okay. And he targeted the unit. That's why it travelled. Yeah, Gaffgarion has indeed gone in range. Let's see. Yeah, counter tackle hurts, but whatever. Alright, and then Bahamut's going to come down. Mega Flare. Incoming.
Well, well.
310 damage. You love to see it. Pentakill. Yeah.
That I should fall to a mere boy. Well fought, Ramsar. Well fought. A fool though you are, I could never bring myself to dislike you.
Goodbye, Gaffgarion.
See you, nerd.
We must reach the princess before reinforcements arrive.
I mean, yeah. there's only one nomination for greatest contribution. Oh, that's nasty. Capital N nasty. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, we'll save. We will save. There we go. And you can see all my backup saves. You can also date when this playthrough was done. Commence battle. A professional content creator would edit that out. Not me. We don't do that here. Okay. Place up to 5 units. Ramsar will not start here. We will just stick him wherever we want, which is here. Taran, I want actually, let's swap Taran. Taran can go to the back. Imedia can go here. Celestia can go here, and Agrius can go here. This is very important.
To battle.
It looks weird, but trust me, this will make sense.
I see Gaffgarion's sword was no match for his words. Then again, perhaps the fault lies with his adversary. Male blood is not given to spill easily, even when thinned with that of a courtesan, it would seem. But enough is enough. You overstay your welcome. As I am loath to waste time and effort, I shall make you an offer. Leave the Aura site, and then leave Lionel. Refuse, and you will find my hospitality wanting.
Where is Lady Avelia?
You mean to free her? What then? House Beowulf would see her dead. That is why you defied your kin, thereby marking yourself an outcast, and came to me, seeking the Church's aid. By taking the princess into my care, I merely granted you your wish. What would you have of me now?
Answer me. Where is Lady Avelia?
Bound for Zeltenia. Her Highness has chosen to accept our hand in aid over yours.
You lie! I'll not be deceived.
Her Highness undertakes to claim the throne of her own volition. She spreads her wings. Even so, she will need a steady hand to guide her, and yours falters. Who better then than us to stand at her side? She saw this. Why not you? There's no reason you should not join us as well. The thought of besting your brothers holds no allure. We care no less for this world's fate than you. Together, we can change Ivalice for the better.
I have no wish to change the world. But nor can I stand by while our people suffer and die on the whim of some select few. Do you truly believe you can change it? Not even I am so naive as that.
Nescient humility from one possessed of such an artifact. That stone you hold can twist the very weave of nature, to say nothing of the world. Yet I fear my efforts are wasted on you. Though artful are the words of man, conviction they do lack. You place your faith in the unseen, upholding such a sacred truth. Ignorance begets ignorance as the blind lead the blind, and I despair to see it. I despair of mankind. Very well. I will demonstrate the stone's power. The power of God's true!
Here we go.
You take no pains to hide your wonderment. How I shall delight to watch you die. Each excruciation, ecstasy.
Time to take down Cuchulainn, aka Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, thank you, game. Turn 1 is the most dangerous turn of the entire fight. He's gone for Byoga. Okay.
This is Auracite's sacred power? How can power so vile banish villainy? Surely this is naught but evil itself.
Of good and evil still you would fain speak. Beneath concern such empty notions fall. Although No more ought I expect of you. Afore the ocean of Lucavi power, the minds of men are naught but trickling streams.
The power of the Lucavi? What are you? What have you done with the Cardinal?
What nonsense this! I am the man himself. Or rather, he who once was Delacroix. The Oracet, the stone, such powers grant to rise above the feebleness of man. Creation's laws restrain and rule me not. Astride your moral order do I stand. I am a god become.
My turn.
Alright, so we know Bioga is about to do something very nasty in these squares here. So we want to avoid them. The most important thing, though, is that my black mages will not die. So, nice crit. There we go. You might think that Cuchulainn's HP is hidden. It's not. It's 485. I'm just going to tell you now. He is weak to Holy as well. We'll get a bomb in for an extra hundo. So Agris's Holy Sword is super useful here. Ooh. I saw that. So Agris is inflicted with undead. Basically means that curing hurts her. That's all I'm really interested in. I am going to stick Bahamut on Cuchulainn's head. He loves moving around. Don't put it on a tile. Put it on his head. And force him to stop you, okay? Same again. Bahamut on Cuchulainn's head. Unit, I'm going to move over here. He can't stop both the black mages. That's why I've separated them. Okay. And then, Holy Sword, Hallowed Bolt. I have to move Agris. Okay, so I'm going to move Agris here. Holy Sword, Hallowed Bolt. Do not put Hallowed Bolt on Cuchulainn, because otherwise it'll hit Ramza as well. It is not like summons, it can hit allies. So we're going to put Hallowed Bolt here. 72 damage. So he's going to move. He's just going to attack. Agris is going to fall over, but we are so lucky.
Lucavi. If memory serves, the word is ancient evolution for transcendent one. But can it be possible? Can he truly have transcended mortality?
A god I am. No simpler terms there are.
No divinity would assume a form so foul. You are no being of immaculate light.
The Heavenly Father, maker of our world. I am not he, in that you are correct. Have you believed in being so designed, possessed of boundless power and knowledge both? I fear to say that such do not exist, though utter this a cardinal or not.
Then you have deceived the people, and admit as much.
I freely do, without reserve or shame, though for the church I cannot claim to speak. The truth, to me, this power reveals. fantasy, the Father. Words in ink and air.
You call yourself a god, but I see only an abomination. Your power is that of demons.
To find this power, the legends would attest. Yet such distinctions matter not to me, for I no longer walk the mortal plane.
That a hero of the 50 Years' War should abandon his faith and become a monster. Feel you no shame?
Nay, for faith in fiction is as faith in naught. The joyous day, the power roused within, to me was shown divinity's true form. My fervent most desire was then fulfilled by the one God to whom I bend the knee. This self-same God Abjora surely sought, yet with their selfish ends to satisfy, the truth did his disciples warp and twist. A cruel and ugly truth that I embraced.
Are there more of you? Other Lucavi?
What need have you to know? Who here will die? A maggot crushed and broken underfoot.
I must concentrate.
Well, big words from a man who has about, 600 damage waiting on his head. I think I've got Cuchulainn dead to rights. What I could do is just finish the fight with Ramza and Taran. However, I think I just want to let the girls end the fight. So he comes here. Chakra's a weird ability though. I think... yeah, you've got to be on exactly the same height. And that's one of the only height 1 tiles I've isolated. My black mage. Oh well. Okay, you can wait. Reset move. Just wait. just wait. There we go. Here comes Mega Flare. Thank you for playing.
How strange that I, undying, here should die. The death come here, high sheriff could descend. Oh, would that these eyes could witness pain.
Boom. The most scary turn of that fight is turn 1, because Cuchulainn has access to Nightmare, which can sleep and doom in a very small area of effect, but it can sleep and doom all the same. If it hits multiple targets, particularly sleep, don't be afraid to just retry the fight.
My advisors tell me you are the one who rescued Princess Avelia. I would have you tell me more.
I am Delita Hyrule, a Black Ram lieutenant in the service of His Excellency the Baron Grimms. His Excellency dispatched me to rescue the princess, and so I did, disguised as one of your own. A sheep in lion's clothing.
now I have returned.
Hyrule, you say? That is not a name I've heard before.
I had thought Baron Grimm's and his Black Rams felled in battle against the Eye a fortnight past.
Indeed. That dark news spurred me to return with all the greater haste. 'Tis only by virtue of my mission that I was spared the fate of my comrades. May the Father grant them rest.
How fares the princess?
She is weary yet from her long journey. She sleeps as if among the dead.
I can well imagine. Now, is it true you brought a prisoner?
It is. The man is privy to the conspiracy, and I would have him lay it bare to your grace. Bring the prisoner forth. Let us hear the reason for your attempt on the princess.
It was to stain Duke Goltanna's name by making it appear the work of his men. That way he'd be kept from Lazalia and claiming the regent's seat.
Who gave you the order? Duke Larg?
No. A close advisor of Duke Goltanna's seeking to curry Duke Larg's favor.
Madness. None among us would fain betray our Duke. This is clearly an attempt to undermine us by sowing mistrust. Silence this man before he can spout more absurdness.
I would hear it nonetheless.
Who was it?
Well,
name the one who gave the order.
I'd have your protection.
On my honor as a knight. Speak.
'Twas the man who stands before me. Chancellor Glavain.
What? How dare you? I do not even know you, knave!
Who put you to it? The Queen?
Stop this mummer's farce. I've naught to do with this.
To betray your liege lord is an unpardonable crime, Chancellor.
It was not I. I know naught of it.
Forgive me if I presume overmuch, Your Grace, but now is not the time for bandied words. The Order of the Southern Sky must march on Lazalia at once, and you with it. Give your enemies but a moment to collect themselves, and they will pin the Chancellor's sedition on his lord. Your Grace must strike before they are given the chance. Deny the prince's claim and set the princess on the throne.
Following his sack of the royal capital of Lazalia, Duke Goltanna, the Black Lion, banished Queen Luveria to Bessalad for her hand in the conspiracy, and crowned Princess Ovelia queen. But Duke Larg, the White Lion, insisting that Prince Orinus was the true and rightful heir, at once crowned the child prince and declared himself regent. Moving then to free Luveria, Duke Larg dispatched the Order of the Northern Sky to Bessalad in the name of the new crowned king. Duke Goltanna, in turn, set the Southern Sky to march in Ovelia's name. The curtain had risen on what history would one day record as the War of the Lions.
Trophy for completing chapter 2, by the way. On to chapter 3.
The count stood at 200,000. 400 if both sides be counted.
The number of casualties is not our sole concern. That was to be expected. And so too the depletion of our stores. No, it is this drought that threatens us. The markets are bare and tax collections fall short. With prices as they are, we can lay in supplies for another half year at best.
Duke Larg must surely face like difficulties.
It rained unceasingly in Gallione this season. The grain rotted in the fields before it could be harvested.
The real trouble lies in war's wake. There is no work. Whole villages have been displaced. My son Oren tells me over 100,000 have already fled to Lazalia, and more pour in by the day.
Ha! I see no trouble in this. Let Larg struggle to feed the mewling maids and his soldiers both.
It is no laughing matter. Should the conflict spread, we may find ourselves no better off. Think you Zeltenia proof against such a fate? I assure you we are not. Has not the time come to chart a course to peace?
Your fears are well-founded, but we cannot yet end this war. Though it pains me to do so, we shall increase the rate of tax by 1/3. Naturally, a close watch must be kept on those who hope to profiteer in these trying times. As for those seeking refuge outside the castle walls, we shall tighten our patrols at the Limbri border to see that they are turned back.
My lord, I must ask that you reconsider. Duke Larg suffers, as do we. What better time to treat for peace?
You talk in circles, Orlando. There can be no peaceful end to this.
The kingdom cannot exist without her people, your grace. No more than can we. In the 50 Years' War, who bore a greater burden than they, the common folk? Would you thank them now with higher taxes? Their confidence in us is sorely tested as it is. And it is not only the people. Our soldiers are made to fight on rations that would scarce feed a child at his mother's skirts. We cannot long sustain this war. Resolve is no substitute for resources.
Resolve? Have you any? These are the words of a coward.
The 50 Years' War was fought to drive back an invasion of our sovereign soil. We were honor-bound to fight.
And in this war, there is no honor to bind you. Is that what you wish to say? The 50 Years' War was an abject failure of a corrupt crown. And the source of its corruption is Duke Larg. The man claims to act in the realm's interests, but in truth, he aspires only to power. I seek to rid us of his blighting influence. Yet you would suggest there is no honor in this, that we fight for naught. You mock the Black Lion to his face.
His Grace speaks true. Besides, why lay down the sword with victory so near? They call you the Thunder God, Count Orlando. But your gentle words would sooner stir a breeze.
Is victory so near? My ears are deaf to its approach. I am, however, keenly aware of the quagmire pulling at our feet. This war has been fought to a standstill. Your words are the epitome of hubris. This council can ill afford to heed such unfounded prating.
I will not sit here and tolerate such insults.
Enough of this. You disappoint me, Orlando. Pray you do not disappoint me further. I will say this but once. Any man who cares not for the course I've chosen had best remove himself now. I will brook no further doubt, Orlando.
The Leader once told me he was swimming against some unseen current. If this current rushed towards war, and the world with it, what hope did I have to fight it? I made for Lazalia to tell Zalbarg that someone dictated this war from the shadows, and to test my own legs against the current.
War, huh? What is it good for? Well, Final Fantasy Tactics, apparently. We are in Chapter 3. Yes, there are a couple of new things. Poacher's Dens we will get to much later on. I don't need to worry about that till Chapter 4, which sounds strange, but you've got to trust me on this. And there's stock available everywhere. And rumours. There's all sorts. There's new errands we can do. There's stock to buy. There's battles to win as we go through the mining town of Golland and make our way to Lazalia. I will do that and more in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. But until then, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye bye.